This portion of the CU podcast is brought to you by Tushy. In the future, people are going to laugh about how we used to clean ourselves up in the bathroom. We all know that using toilet paper alone leaves nasty and smelly bacteria behind. There's got to be a better way. We're not cavemen using sticks and twigs anymore. Tushy has finally made cleanup more hygienic and better for the environment. You can now have a fresh stream of water to clean up your bottom after every poop. Tushy's bidets are easy to set up on any toilet. In under 10 minutes, you can set up your at-home bidet that will change your life forever. No joke, this product is life-changing.
For a limited time, our listeners get 10% off their entire order at hellotushy.com. Go to HELLOTUSHY.com and use code CUPODCAST for 10% off. It's time to get rid of those skid marks once and for all.
I've been using the Tushy bidet. It does make a difference. Trust me, you're going to be using less toilet paper. You feel cleaner back there. It puts a fresh spring in your step. It's great.
It's no secret that toilet paper is bad for the environment. It's estimated that toilet paper accounts for 15% of the deforestation each year. With Tushy, you use 75% less toilet paper on average. The Tushy bidet also stays clean and hygienic with its patented self-cleaning smart spray. The nozzle self-cleans before and after each use automatically. The buildup-resistant design helps to minimize grime buildup, and it even has antimicrobial knobs. The bidet stays clean, just like your booty. Every Tushy bidet comes with a 30-day hassle-free return and a 12-month warranty. It's risk-free to join over 3 million real pooping humans who have made the switch to a cleaner and more confident butt.
Get that fresh out of the shower feeling at HelloTushy.com. For a limited time, our listeners get 10% off your entire order when you use code CUPODCAST at checkout. That's 10% off your order at HELLOTUSHY.com with promo code CUPODCAST. It's time to back that ass up with confidence. All right, Ian, you know about this Intellivision Amico thing?
Never heard of it.
Intellivision Amico was a console that was going to be banking on Intellivision nostalgia.
No, it wasn't going to be banking
it wasn't.
on it. No,
even though it's using the same name. Families. It's a safe, affordable, family,
affordable,
entertaining. Yeah. Whatever.
Did they do SAFE as an acronym and then also use it as the first letter?
Oh my God, did they do that? That's a cardinal rule not to do that.
Yeah, you're not supposed to do that ever.
Because then it's like a it's a paradox of.
Yeah, I think it was, or maybe it was simple, affordable family entertainment.
There it is, Ian.
Okay,
we got it. Such a good logo. We rememdered it. The slogan.
Yeah, it didn't take us 5 minutes to figure it out.
And it was run by Tommy Tallarico. Well, it was run by Tommy Tallarico, who's disappeared into the ether. And in that time, we've learned a lot about Tommy's career, and we gave him way too much credit as being someone with good ideas or can accomplish anything or being a good music composer.
And we even admitted to, we were not without fault there.
About what?
In terms of thinking Tommy actually had done something at some point.
Yeah, because when you take credit for working on 150, games of music, you think that you would have at least worked on half of them or most of them. But the more information that comes out, you find out that Tommy just took credit for people's work that he hired through his Tallarico Studios company, or just straight out lied about shit or reused music. The point is this: more and more was coming out.
It's like the owner of a restaurant taking credit for the chef's food.
Yes. So this came to light from SonicStadium.org. That's always my source for Sonic news, Ian. Sonic and Black Knight composers' contributions questions all three of Tommy Tallarico's songs put under the spotlight. So people looked into more of this stuff. More and more people are finding out that Tommy lied, not even fabricated, just lied about a lot of his credits historically. Just lied. And a lot of people were silent about it, I guess, in the industry for years. A lot of people want to rock the boat.
I think they just felt like, he was kind of fading away and mostly harmless, and it's like, whatever, we can...
Yeah, but then he comes around and takes people's money and boasts about how he was a big industry icon, and he wasn't.
Yep.
That's the problem.
Deciding to get back into the scam game was his problem.
You have to call out bad actors. You don't let them get bigger and bigger and get more power.
Right.
For everything, not just composers that lying about their stuff. So the point is this: people are looking at more into this and discovering that there's a few songs that, he didn't really, right.
Didn't right.
So,
Roadmap.
you know who also gave Tommy too much credit?
Huh.
H Bomber Guy on his first video, because H Bomber Guy didn't really investigate any of these music claims. Really, he investigated what he worked on, but not did he actually work on the stuff he said he did. Like this specific stuff.
Sure.
So this is this is a gold mine for someone like H Bomber Guy to like delve into some of this stuff.
Well, I mean, he said he was working on a follow-up.
Well, there's been a lot of these. This is just, I've seen now stuff with Tommy about this every like other month. People are like, hey, this is probably not something that Tommy did. Someone else might have done this.
What's so f***ed up is he can totally get another 2-hour video out of it.
It probably will be a 2-hour video, and I will be there with bated breath.
Can't wait.
But another, this is a banner day for Intellivision Amico fans. The engineer John Alvarado with his mustache, he put out the Intellivision roadmap.
Roads.
So a roadmap usually on a product is like, okay, these are the steps and timelines of things happening. This is where we're going to go. It's a map when you have a map, Ian, you have a starting point to a destination. That's what a roadmap's supposed to do for you. That's the whole point of a roadmap, right? Mm. So this is also posted on the Intellivision_Amico Reddit as well.
That's right.
The roadmap. We're going to go through the roadmap, and there's a little car on the top, which is cute. It shows us that's where we are in January. Public announcement roadmap. May 2023, they had a business update. They had a Thanksgiving update. Well, I guess that was on the Republic campaign from good old Phil Adams, the current CEO. They had a holiday update, whatever. They announced the Amico Home Initiative last May. We laughed at it.
Amico Home app?
The initiative, which includes the app. Then they had the open beta, blah, blah, blah. Amazon App Store for tablets and Fire TV. That went live in December. We missed that news, Ian. That's a banner day. They're estimating for February Android TV / Google TV, and then April iOS support. Why is iOS support way after everything else? Apple historically is very, very particular when it comes to apps and how things are run. They want things to be more closed so things can't get hacked, can't get misused versus Android. It's more, they want the things to be closed off.
I also think, okay, sorry, keep going.
And this app, even the controller app is buggy, had debug shit in it still. They can't have any user get into and basically fuck up anything. Like they are like, that's why historically you'll see iOS be harder to get on than Android. I'm not saying you can't. It's just there's more hoops to jump through.
Right. So estimate April, I don't think they really have a true plan for when they'll be on iOS. They're just kicking the can down as far as they can.
I do not picture Apple being cool with having like a second phone be connecting to your first phone for anything. Like, I just don't see that being something they'd be cool with.
They did it with games on the iOS in the past.
Okay, I just think like that they're going to be more careful with that.
I don't think that's going to be the huge issue. I think it's going to be the bugs. Anyways.
The bugs and the fact that it's just shit. It's okay.
So then the controller app, whatever, beta, iOS, that's on iOS, Amazon App Store. Amico Home Games. Astro Smash and Missile Command were released in November of 2023. Shark and Sideswipers. First look.
Trademark.
I just want to say, I don't know.
First look.
And I'm sorry, I'm not crediting whoever it was, but someone contacted the Sideswipers guys on the Amico board and asked about it. And they were like, yeah, that was a demo we had put together of what we could do. And he was like, that was under the assumption that like, this was going to be worked on and turned into a Hot Wheels game. He's like, so we sold them the demo. Okay. They never got back to us. And he's like, they're trying to,
sell
without us, they're trying to find a way to turn the demo we made them into something that resembles a game.
So fraudster Tommy Tallarico bought a demo of a game and said, well, we have Hot Wheels attached to this, basically, when it was a demo. And
well, I think he told them that it was going to have Hot Wheels attached to it. They made the demo, sold it.
But so the point is, it was always a demo.
It was always a demo. Yeah, it was never
with no intent at that point of it becoming anything that it has been worked on.
Well, there probably was, but yes, he just like the games that were started at the Jesus Night Stalker and Cloudy Mountain. They basically that seems to be what he did. He bought demos
Or had demos made.
He had demos made or bought demos.
Or proof of concepts, yeah.
And then never went anywhere with them because they didn't have the money. And now he's literally trying to turn
They had the money.
Well, they had the money.
They just fucking squandered it.
Yeah.
When you get $17 million, you can make some games.
Yes.
You can make a lot of games with that amount of money.
You don't buy yourself a fucking office with a metal front.
Yeah, you can do
sign.
or have exorbitant salaries and yeah, have, you said extra offices you don't need. So like that. You can do a lot with 17 million. I could do a ton with 17 million.
Anyways, okay. Dart Frenzy Sideswipers was updated. They're estimating it'll be updated in late January, which is now. Cornhole is estimate February.
Bury the lead. AI cars, which means you can play it against a computer.
Yep. Woo.
Whoa. That's fancy.
Rigid Force Redux is supposed to be March, and I do see that one coming out because the game's already done.
The game's been out for several years. The same with Finnegan Fox is estimated for April.
So
they're gonna drip this shit out, and that's what it is mostly. No offense to the people working these games, because you can get these games on so many other platforms.
I don't think these people are upset by the stuff we say either, because like the Sideswipers guy, he was laughing. He's like, I can't believe they're trying to pass it off as a game. He's like, it's a demo.
It's a proof of concept.
It's a fucking proof of concept.
Put it together in a week.
Yeah, there's probably. It's just, you know, 4 cars going around a track, and you can slow them down or speed them up to crash, I think.
Yes, that's it. That's it.
Okay.
There might be an item in there. Dart Frenzy is a little one I'm not familiar with. But you throw darts.
That was talked about on the. So I check the Amico message board about once every 2 weeks to try to catch up.
Check in.
And Dart Frenzy was. I can't remember how Dart Frenzy got in, but that had been talked about in prior months.
That's just interesting because that one never was in, I think, any marketing materials before. They just found that and said, "Hey, give us the rights."
So here's a great one: Amico console and controller. October 2022, pilot units sent to external testers.
Those testers being the YouTube sycophants that are now just holding on to these units. What is the results of that by the way, the play testing? Well, I want to see the reports that they turned in.
Here's the funny thing. May of 2023, pilot unit videos released.
Released, yes.
And that's it. There's nothing else on the roadmap for it. Nothing else since May 23rd, and absolutely nothing estimated for the rest of 2024.
Okay.
Which is all anyone who is really paying attention to this, no matter what they tell you, that's what they want to see. The people who are still hanging on to a console. And the only thing they want, there's no updates.
Okay, so there's no goal set for the console. Controller he has separate. I don't know why he put it twice.
Because the controller, there's the controller app, and then there's just the controller. They're planning on he says they're going to make and sell the controllers.
We get there. Real quick. So we know the console's never going to come out ever. I don't care if they sell 100,000 of these games individually, which they won't. There's never going to be a console that mass produced. There won't be. Going back to the games. So for example, Dart Frenzy was released in December, right? Mm-hmm. How many downloads do you think Dart Frenzy has in a month?
Under 50.
You're right, because it says 10 plus.
Yeah, and so how that works, I was also reading on that, is 10 plus until it's 50. And then it's 50 plus.
100.
And then it's 100 plus, and then I think it's like 500 plus.
And 1,000.
1,000 plus.
So we'll just say 49 people, we'll be generous. 49 people bought Dart Frenzy. They made $10 off of each. We'll say they made $500 putting Dart Frenzy on there at most.
Yep. Before
taxes. That shows the interest. Also shows the lack of marketing. I had no idea about Dart Frenzy being a game that was there a video put out showing the gameplay? That's just bad.
Yeah, it looks like a WiiWare game.
So that's bad. Okay, go now the controller.
Included with pilot units, working with Amico Home. So included with pilot units in 22. They're estimating by February it'll be working with Amico Home Android. What's crazy is why... So
you mean like privately, because it's not a product, like the ones that are out there.
Yeah, the ones that are out there.
The ones that are out there with YouTubers.
Yes. Will work with Amico Home. And then Goal by Summer is manufacturing, and Goal by Christmas is available to the public.
No.
How do they not see that this is the exact same playbook that's been run every single time? They push it off to the end of the year so that gives themselves 6 months of breathing room to f around, collect a check, and then they know you're f***ing idiots, guys. They know you're f***ing dumb. That's why they keep taking your money.
I can picture there being pre-orders for controllers that they'll take the money for. But I think I would hope people that lost a $100 deposit would be wary about pre-ordering. These controllers are not going to be cheap. These are not $20.
No, they're going to be $90 to $100.
These are not.
I guarantee it.
I'll say at least 80. I'll be generous. These are over-engineered controllers with parts that probably could be end of life. Remember, they made this controller. They had controllers in 2018 and 19 for sure. They had controllers functional like prototypes.
Yeah,
we're talking about 6, 7, 8-year-old technology. So now you got to go back and find these parts that are 8, 9 years old potentially.
Again,
and for this, who knows if they still make the LED screens, for example? Maybe it's a different manufacturer. Now you have to then get these FCC tested. Remember, Tommy said, well, we don't have to get them FCC tested. Yeah, technically you don't.
He thought he had a real fucking gotcha there. You can't sell it. So
try selling them, Tommy.
Like, that was my favorite. We can go to manufacturing.
Yeah, you could.
FCC. Yeah, you could.
If you're a fucking idiot, you can.
An absolute moron who wants to blow more money.
You're not going to be able to sell them in Europe. I was told a story from Kev told me a story about the remember the FPGA, the Phoenix, the ColecoVision one. We already talked about it. They put that out. They didn't get FCC, whatever the equivalent is for Europe.
Sure.
They tried to ship it to someone in Germany. Didn't get it through customs. They didn't see the stamp on it. Shipped it back.
Oh wow.
To the U.S. Never got to the customer.
Wow.
You can't just sell electronics products without getting clearance on these things.
Yeah.
You'll get f***ed overall on it. So the point is this. They got to pass FCC on this. They never passed it on the console. We know they tried to say they didn't. No. Because the reports are public on that stuff. Yep. So
no, they never did because they said they did. The reports are public, and then they said, well, we don't need it to go to manufacturing.
And the costs... you assume the tooling is done for the controllers. You assume maybe they have prototype ones, so not just 3D printed. You assume if the tooling's not done, that's tens of thousands of dollars.
No, I feel like I'll give them that the tooling is probably done.
But still, remember, manufacturing costs scale. The more you do, the cheaper it is for parts and for labor and getting the line set and all that. The interest you would need to make this viable, that maybe to keep it under $100, you're going to need thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands. Like, I don't even know. I'm not an expert. 10,000, 20,000. Like, what makes this viable to make this to make it to market? A lot. I'll just say that it's a lot. It's not 1,000. It's not 2,000. They'll never do it when it's that low. It won't be cost effective. So that's the other problem. Besides, they still have to show interest in. Because if every single person that bought an app, not even counting the people that overlap, if I bought 4 apps, if you take every app purchase from these games so far and say they're all individuals, that's not enough people to justify making the controllers.
No, I mean literally just look at
I'll look up another one right now,
and it's not. They're all like under
Shark Google Play Store. I'll look it up right now. I'll give an update.
What was I going to say? Shit. Oh yeah, all they have to do is look at the numbers, and I mean they've got to realize that this isn't going to sell. You're not going to sell people on Amico Home with a controller.
No,
you're only going to sell those to like a percentage of the idiots who are already using it. It's not going to be something that it's like the Atari thing where Atari made more Pac-Man than there were systems.
Yes,
installed. This is not going to be only Pac-Man. If it had been made well, would have been more likely to do that at that time than a fucking controller is going to be like, oh, this controller is awesome. I got to buy the Amico Home app to use it. I can't wait.
Real quick before we shut down this topic.
Yes.
Shark and Astro Smash are at 100 plus downloads.
Okay, so under 500.
Probably 150, 200. We'll just be generous. And most of those people are probably the same person. Like they bought both.
Sure.
And then Missile Command didn't even hit 100, 50 plus.
Wow. You
have 2 games that you hit, and that I'm not sure that even includes because let's see, Astro Smash. No, are those the pack-ins? Shark and Astro Smash.
Yes.
No, Shark's not.
Astro Smash.
So Shark could include some of the people that used the code and redeemed it. So the point is this.
Don't forget, there's also the Steam sales of Shark. In total, I would say Shark has sold, if we're generous, we'll say 1,000 copies, which is also not. I mean, it hasn't, but.
1,000?
Let's say it has.
If you include the physical product, you mean?
Let's just say it has. I'm not saying it has, but let's just say it has. Even if it has sold 1,000, that would be the best-selling game. And that is not a sales number that anyone smart is going to look at and go, let's make a fucking physical controller for this.
But again, that was to me that their only avenue was putting out. We're talking 6 years ago before they ruined and tarnished it. Put out a controller, do the Wii Play thing where they package an extra controller and games. You know, put out a controller, give me 10 games, have a go. Try to sell it for $60 and see what happens. You still wouldn't have probably had a viable market overall. Maybe you sell 3,000 of them, 2,000. Maybe you sell them in lieu of a console. You sell the controller in. It's easier to produce a controller. There's no ecosystem to worry about really with that. It's just a controller and 10 games. Here you go.
Right.
That's what we suggested. Besides being a publisher, you should have listened to the Pat and Ian plan for that. Last on the roadmap before we finish up here. The controller working with Home Android. Great. Amico Home Android. Yeah, manufacturing the summer. The summer is 5 months away, by the way, as of yesterday, I think. Yep. The Amico Indie Dev Program, closed beta is in February of what? I don't know.
No, it's not.
Any dev out there, please do not enter this ecosystem.
No one's going to.
It'll be time and money and effort for nothing.
I do have to speed this one up, but Amico Indie Dev Program. One, I think this is just so he could put something on there, because announced closed beta open with no other information does not give me any faith in in them actually having thought about it or done anything. Also, no indie dev is going to develop for develop an exclusive for a platform that has these sales numbers.
Well, no.
This is literally all just bullshit, like the bulliest bullshit that people are swallowing because they're dumb.
Well, all these games on the Amico Home, only one is not exclusive, and that's Sideswipers at this point. You said Dart Frenzy probably came out somewhere.
Dart Frenzy, I believe, came out, somewhere.
Shark did now on Steam, and Astro Smash and Missile Command, and Cornhole maybe, and Richard Force and Finnegan Fox we know have been on other platforms.
So
Fox and Force, whatever.
My closing notes here. Let me just do the Amico Club website. Launched, Amico Discord access opened. Nothing on the roadmap for the future there.
How about a roadmap for getting people their money back on the pre-orders?
Yeah,
how about that?
That should have been something that should have been.
That should have been a row.
So we've got a lot of empties here. Even with this roadmap, they didn't even manage to put out a roadmap that looks good. There's a lot of empties. Someone brought that up, I believe, in the Amico forum or Discord, and they were immediately like, John Alvarado was like, well, there can be things added. All future schedules are tentative and subject to change. Dude, it doesn't look good. Lastly, the people who brought it up were like shamed into being they were like, oh, this is negativity. We don't need this negativity.
Phil Adam on December 23rd 22nd did an end of year update that talked about Dart Frenzy and launching on the Amazon store. Didn't talk about this roadmap at all, but how about a roadmap to getting the investors some of their money back that was taken from them? Like, because none of this shows any way of getting there. Holly and her dogs need to get some of their $1,000 back. That's the face one. It's Holly and her cute poodles.
So
just a disaster.
Yeah. So there it is. Roadmap.
Roadmap to ass, basically.